For our third wedding anniversary, my husband Dominic gave me an unforgettable gift, an admission letter to the Rosewood Institute. It was a place notorious among the city's elite, a glorified black site where high society sent disobedient women to be broken and tamed. You have deeply disappointed me, Vivian, Dominic said, pinching my chin, his eyes twisted with disgust. For 3 years you've tried to copy Audrey, yet you still lack even a fraction of her grace. Audrey was his soft, gentle ideal. I was the untamed one he was determined to break. He was sending me away to learn how to be a good girl. Go and be rehabilitated. Once you learn to act like her, I might consider bringing you back. 2 large bodyguards dragged me away in the dark. The instructors were brutal, using electric shocks, ice water cages, and solitary confinement to grind down my pride and mold me into a docile substitute. 2 weeks later, Dominic came to inspect my progress. I was covered in deep bruises, my eyes hollow. He looked thrilled. Have you learned your mistakes? Are you a good girl now? I looked at his handsome face and let out a dry, rasping laugh, tears streaming down my dirty cheeks. Dominic, you really do look just like him. He froze, his smug smile faltering. I tilted my head, locking eyes with him. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but a cheap stand-in I bought to replace Rowan. For our third wedding anniversary, my husband Dominic gave me an unforgettable gift, an admission letter to the Rosewood Institute. The place was notorious among the city's elite. It was a glorified black site, a dumping ground used by high society to break and domesticate disobedient women. You have profoundly disappointed me, Vivian. Dominic pinched my chin between 2 fingers, applying enough pressure to bruise the bone. His face, so strikingly familiar to the man I actually loved, was twisted with undisguised disgust. You've been imitating Audrey for 3 years, and you haven't managed to learn a single ounce of her gentle grace. He sneered, his eyes raking over me. Look at yourself. You don't possess a shred of elegance. You act like an absolute lunatic. His precious first love, Audrey, was currently tucked against his side. She was wearing a custom haute couture gown I had ordered just last month. Her face was a perfect mask of delicate concern and manufactured pity. Dominic, please don't be so harsh with Vivian. She's just going through a rough patch. She turned her big doe-like eyes to me, her voice dripping with artificial sweetness. Please don't be mad at him, Vivian. He's doing this for your own good. The instructors at Rosewood are highly professional. Once they teach you proper etiquette, he'll bring you right back home. Exactly, Dominic agreed. The contempt in his voice felt like a serrated knife. Go there and get thoroughly rehabilitated. Once you've learned to be as sweet and obedient as Audrey, I might consider letting you back into my house. I watched the 2 of them perform their little duet. It felt like watching a terribly written soap opera. Sweet and obedient? When he pulled me out of the abyss 3 years ago, he was drawn to my wild, untamable nature. He liked me because my absolute refusal to bow to anyone reminded him of my dead fiancé. And now, he wanted to personally grind those sharp edges into dust. I'm not going. I spat the words out, syllable by syllable. A flash of triumphant glee sparked in Audrey's eyes, but she instantly buried it under a watery, trembling pout. Vivian, how can you be so incredibly selfish? Dominic has poured so much time and energy into you. Can't you just be considerate for once? Considerate? I let out a dry, barking laugh. You want me to be considerate of the fact that he turned our wedding anniversary into a farewell party for a concentration camp? Vivian! Dominic roared, his patience entirely exhausted. It seems you really won't shed a tear until you see the coffin. He snapped his fingers. 2 massive bodyguards dressed in black stepped out of the shadows, grabbing me roughly by both arms. Dominic, no! Audrey made a pathetic, half-hearted gesture to stop them. She's going to get hurt. Dominic pulled her securely into his chest. His movements were sickeningly gentle, a stark contrast to the violence he was inflicting on me.